Hello guys, and welcome to this video where I am going to show you how you can defend B-side on Inferno easily with your mates. Let's start off with the positions where you can stand. There are some places that are very useful on B-side, so let's just get into it with the first one. The first one is at CT. In this place you can stand and hold the corner where the enemies might come, but just be careful that they might be peeking you in advance, pre-fire, or they might smoke you off. If they smoke you off, you can just throw a smoke them off. Just do it better than this. I would prefer that you do it closer. Smoke it off and you can go out and peek it near coffins. If they push you, you have a small advantage on them, but just be prepared that you might be killed from this area. But CT is a very useful place to stand if you have a teammate on B side as well. Your teammate might be standing at backside or maybe in dark. If they're doing this, you will make a great crossfire where you both can peek at an enemy that is trying to push up. If you do that, you have an advantage on the enemy. You or your mate might die by standing and making a crossfire, but you will have a large chance of refracking the enemy. Also, a common spot here is the dark area on B side. This area is very useful for holding small angles where you can only see the enemy's head when they are popping out. Just be prepared again that they might pre-fire your angles. Another common spot is dark. I actually don't like this spot that much, as if you have a mate in CT, you don't really will help him before they are over here. So your mate from CT needs to go back to hold the angle without getting baited. So you actually let them push up further than you want them to do, and that's why I don't like the spot and backside. If the enemy has smoked off CT, you can just stand behind the cover and wait for your mate from CT to push over from ruins. That way you won't get killed. When your mate is at ruins and have got some information, you can then peek, pre-fire, and get maybe one or two enemies. Just keep in mind that the enemies can shoot you through this wooden board, so just stand at the right areas. Another useful place is just to be standing right in the corner over here. Enemies might not always expect that you're standing here, but be careful still, as you're letting them get close to on side where they have an advantage, but they need to go all the way to the corner to spot you. This can be useful if your friend is maybe at dark, and it's also just waiting for them. You can hear when they're pushed up near coffins, and your mate from dark can then take some shots at the enemy pushing from car onto B side. A pretty useful place to be also. Another common spot is to be boosted up here. You'll need a friend that can boost you up. This boost is very useful when they are smoking CT, as you can still see the enemies when they are coming onto B side. Just be careful that people might be expecting that you're using this spot also, but you should have an advantage on them nevertheless. Another spot where you can be is at coffins. Just keep in mind that this is one of the most common spots to be, so there's a pretty big chance that you'll get pre-fired instantly. You can hold this area with an orb, as you might have an advantage onto them there. Else you can just hold it near close under coffins, but you will need a friend at CT that can help you out if they are all coming from banana. Another spot that you can use if you have a submachine gun is on top of the boxes here. You might have an advantage on them if they're going into this corner, as you can just quickly peek and get some shots on the enemies. So this is some of the positions that we had. There is also a position that you can use which is not very common, where you can stand on the second one of these, on the second platform of the fountain. You can just stand and crouch, and you can kill the enemies if they're going to the corner right there. This spot isn't that common, but just keep in mind that the enemy still can see you, but will probably not expect that you will be standing just on top over here. So now here that we have looked on some of the areas where you can stand on B side, let's get into what you should do at the beginning of the rounds. So it is common that people might be rushing banana at the first or second rounds of the game on Inferno, as this is very easy when you're just running with clocks, as if the T's are 5 people and you're only 2 on B, you have a lower advantage. To hold off B side at the beginning of the rounds where they might rush, I would therefore recommend you to buy a grenade. Buy the grenade, cook it, run through down close to the car, and just throw it deeply. This grenade will bounce off the door and will frag over here. This one will hit the T's right around where they are, so you will actually get a decent amount of damage done to them. A lot of T's will buy armor, therefore I recommend you to buy at least 2 grenades if you're 2 on B side, and just double nading them. You can use this nade a lot of times. You can also cook it a bit more and go down to the corner. Just throw it deeper in. This one will get more damage to anybody being at mid without exposing you to the one that's at banana. So you can use that if you know that they aren't rushing that much, but just holding mid control a fair bit at the beginning of every round. You can just cook the grenade and throw them deeply into T ramp. But else, recommendation, if they're pushing hard on banana every round, just throw your grenade over. If you have, you can also throw a molotov. The molotov will also bounce and hit right there, so they can't push that far up. If the enemies are pushing very aggressive, you can take your molotov or your incendiary grenade and just throw it to the wooden pile over there. The molotov will molly out of the area of banana or up at closer to the car, so they can't just rush out. You'll give a lot of damage if they just decide to push out, even though you have mollied out. Another thing that you need to do on B side is always to use your smokes. You can even decide to use it far out on banana, where you'll smoke out all T's on mid. Then you can throw a grenade. If you feel like your aim is on point, you can also get your mates to flash. Your mate can actually flash from B side just over car like this. The flash will pop right over here, and when you are looking down, you can just peek them easily. The flash before could be seen from T mid, but your mate can also decide to flash at the building. Just look up to the middle of the windows, up to the end of the roof, run and flash. The flash will bounce off and it will just pop right before here, so the enemies really won't notice that you flash, because the flash will hit at the tree. So this flash is more useful than the other one, because the enemies might not see it. When the flash pops, also it pops over your head, so it will look a bit like this. So you will not be flashed as much than if the flash pop like this. So you actually don't need to look away. So I would recommend your friend to pop the flash where it's going to cover in, just to the corner, look up to the middle of the roof between the windows, and just run and throw it. He doesn't need to run that much, but just a little bit, just to get the flash over. If the T's are pushing you, it is important that you decide to maybe smoke off the corner, just like so, and then you can throw some nades. If you have a molotov or an incendiary grenade, get it to bounce off the wall onto the corner, so they can't just be there and pre-fire you. Always remember to use your utilities, but my recommendation will always be to hold the crossfires on B side, and if you get a pick, move on to a new position. If they're pushing hard also from the side, you can just bounce off your nades from the wall over here. The nade will fly over, pop right at the corner, so if there is one that is ready to peek, you really can't do anything, as the nade will just bounce off and explode right at the corner where he's standing, so you deal a lot of damage to him. You can also do that with the incendiary. Just throw it at the corner, the incendiary will pop, so they can't really get onto the corner over there without getting hit by the incendiary. This will keep the enemies off for a few seconds, maybe scare them away from B. The most important thing on B is don't use all your utilities. You can double nade and you can throw your incendiary down at banana at the beginning of every round, but if they do not push banana, that is not useful. So I will keep onto your utilities. Maybe one of your mates can use a nade down at banana at the beginning of the round, just to get some damage done to the enemies, and then you can all go back to B side. And when your mate over here, he can hear if they're pushing banana. If he hears something, he can maybe then go and just throw the molotov over to the corner, and maybe also throw a grenade onto the corner. So this was what I had for B side on Inferno. If you're using your utilities right, and if you are holding your crossfires, it is pretty easy to hold off any T's that will try to go B. Just don't be too aggressively on banana, and just don't always peek it or use all your utilities on banana at the beginning of the round. Maybe keep some of them and be more defensive on the side. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful for you. I hope you got some tips on how you can defend off any tease from bombsite Inferno if you have any struggles on it. If you liked the video, please give me a like and leave a comment what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, give me a dislike and let me know what you didn't like about the video. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.